Yeah, Dave, I think you said it best. I mean, guys can go broke betting against Patrick Mahomes on a regular basis. But I'll tell you, this particular game is going to be a lot more about the defense than I think it is about the offensive superstars. You know, it's not a mistake that the top three defenses in the league three of those teams are still playing. You have Baltimore, Kansas City, and San Francisco with those top three defenses, and I think that's going to be where we end up. I can't get out of my head what Mahomes and that offenses look like most of the year. Now that we're stepping up in class, playing better teams, I think it's going to be tougher for them. He's been really good as an underdog, though. You don't want to bet against it very much. 9-1-1 against the spread as an underdog. Baltimore 12-6 this year against the number. They've been really good for a team that pretty early on we could see this team gaining momentum. We talked about them back in August where I gave them out as a eventual champion at over 20-1. And so I think we're going to get that side of the ball is going to be what matters. Look for a lower scoring game in this one. But as you pointed out, it's tough to make money betting against Patrick Mahomes, especially this time of year.
So you're not buying into the Chiefs' their resurgence here in the playoffs?
You know what I saw was a team that executed on third down, stayed out of third down, and was able to not be in a lot of really predictable spots against a Buffalo team that likes to kind of keep it lower scoring and also maintain possession. In Baltimore, you're going to get a lot more of those third down situations, and Kansas City's not been great in third down. So no, I'm not buying the resurgence, at least from the offensive standpoint. They still were under in the second half of that game as well, so not scoring a lot of points late in the game.
All right, let's dive into the NFC side. Teddy, take it away.
Sure. Let's talk about San Fran and Detroit. And the money's come for San Fran. They're -7s, now -7.5s out there. Total sitting at around 51. And Detroit, look, they're 2-0 straight up here in the postseason. But we dig a little bit deeper. We see they've been outgained by more than 1.5 yards per play in each of their two previous postseason victories. That doesn't happen very often. And, of course, Detroit's got injury concerns on the offensive line. Frank Ragnow, it looks like he's going to play. Jonah Johnson, not so much. That's a concern against San Fran's front. And, of course, Detroit, they built up a pretty big betting bandwagon of late, 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. Whereas San Fran, you know, they're only 2-4 against the spread their last 6 ball games. They haven't built up that same betting bandwagon. They won a playoff game last week without necessarily bringing their A game, which is maybe a positive sign if their A game shows here. Penalty mismatch last week. San Fran, 83 penalty yards compared to only 5 from their opponent, Green Bay. But it's worth noting, this is a San Fran team, you know, who have they beaten since November? Slumping Philly, dismal Arizona, dismal Washington, and by 3 only last week against Green Bay. So they have not played great football down the stretch.
Well, in Detroit, this is only their second outdoor game since the middle of October. They went and played at Chicago, but they've been in a dome. I think that Miami and teams like that are wondering who they upset at the scheduling office. They've been playing everybody outside cold. Where Detroit, this is really their first opportunity in a while to go outside. So we'll see how that plays in as well.